Hey pinball people. What we have here is a Gottlieb 1959 wood rail called Around the World. The artwork is done by Roy Parker and the design was done by Wayne Nyans. Looking at the back glass here, by the way, this is a BG Resto back glass. The original was flaking terribly. Basically, we've got scenes of people playing pinball around the world. There's a woman over here playing pinball on Venus, two women in spacesuits over here, a guy on Saturn, and my personal favorite is the woman riding the pinball like it's a horse. There are even stirrups, and she's trying to lasso a star. It's a two-player game, and it's a lot of fun. So looking down at the playfield here, you can see the space theme carries through with the rocket and the planet and the moon. You've got the Earth right here. So as far as layout goes, you've got 4 flippers, 2 kicks. You've got these out lanes here. Stand-up targets that are color-coded red, yellow, and purple that also correspond to a purple, yellow, and red rollover. And then you have 3 pop bumpers. So let's talk about the rules. The main way to score points in this game is you want to hit these colored targets or rollovers. And you can see the values are lit here. So if I hit one of these, say I'll hit the yellow one, I will get 20 points and it will advance to 30. When you collect 50 points, it will go back down to 10. Same is true for all 3 columns. So the way to score the most points is to line these values up. And so I can do that by hitting yellow and then hitting red. And you'll see they're all at 30. And then these inserts light and you get 10 times the lit value. So in this case, I'll get 300 points if I hit any one of these 3 stand-up targets or one of the 3 rollovers that are lit. So let's do that. If you're lucky, you can keep that going. You can try to hit the other 2 targets to line it up. It's harder than you think. Other ways to score points, probably the gobble holes, or well, these out lanes. I kind of think of them as programmable gobble holes, more or less. You can choose to go in them. You don't have to, but you can forehand a shot, you can backhand a shot, and you can also let the slings work the ball up. They're pointed right at it, so if it gets on the right angle, it can go in here, and you just let go. You just hold your flippers open to let the ball sneak in there. You have to be careful though, because if it comes from a slingshot, it can hit the wood rail and pop back out. So as soon as it's in there, if you want it in there, you got to close the flipper. You can also turn on the pop bumper by hitting this. It's already on, so that's lit. But you can turn it off. But one is lit for 10 points at a time, and it rotates based on 1-point switches. There we go. So, you probably noticed these inserts and rollovers down here. If it's unlit, you get 10 points. So if you have to go through one of these, you want to go through the lit one and get 100 points. And that also rotates based on the 1-point switch. The kicks are 1 point or 10 points, indicated by the insert. So, and that also switches or rotates around based on hitting 1-point switches. As far as, well, this is a 2-player game, so as far as strategies go for that, you may want to work these targets and rollovers up here to try to set up a big point value for yourself, but you want to make sure that you don't set it up for your opponent as well. So if you actually line them up and you score the big points, the 10 times when lit value, then you might want to scramble these if you can so that your opponent has some work to do. There's always a risk reward to it, and that's what makes this such a fun 2-player game. Highly recommend playing it if you get a chance. That's Gottlieb's Around the World.